Welcome back to the Critics Corner. I'm Andrew Branca with the Waxahachie Sun. I'm here with my colleague, Mr. David Dunn, here in the studio today. We're talking about a new, exciting film that's been out for a few months, but it's still relatively new. It still has that new movie smell to it, so to speak. It's Andrew Garfield's new film, Tick, Tick, Boom. So if you can let our viewers know a little bit about this film, David. Fill us in here.
Yes, sir. So Tick, Tick, Boom is a semi-autobiographical movie about Jonathan Larson. For those of you non-musical fans that have never heard the name before, he is the show-stopping creator behind the iconic hit Rent, which obviously won so many Tony Awards. It's ridiculous. But this movie doesn't cover his creative process behind Rent. It's not like a behind the scenes look of Rent. It's actually, I don't want to say it's a coming of age story. It's a coming of midlife crisis story, basically about Jonathan Larson becoming 30, everything he was doing before Rent even came into the picture, what his life was like before he hit the big time, and ultimately everything about him leading up to becoming the household name that he's known as today. And Andrew Garfield obviously plays the Tony Award winning playwright. First thing I gotta say about this movie, man, Andy, I don't even know where to begin with this. This is actually, believe it or not, Lin-Manuel Miranda's director debut. We've covered him before on this channel before, whether we were talking about In the Heights or Encanto. He's done a lot of stuff in the past year, but I would argue no achievement he's done last year comes close to his achievement behind Tick, Tick, Boom, which is this musical explosion of personality, of pizzazz, of rock, of heart, of passion. It is so ripe with genuineness. I don't know where to begin. There's so many elements to this thing, so many different cogs turning and moving together at once that comes together in this amazing and mesmerizing biographical musical masterpiece. Holy crap, this movie's awesome.
Just a lot of musical numbers here, just about weird random stuff he decides to make a music about. It could be about having a party in his apartment to the salt on the table. I mean, it was just, it was kind of interesting to a degree to see how his mind kind of worked, I guess. I mean, that creative process he had to bring an idea from, his synapses here to You and Me and the performance level. I mean, I don't get me wrong, I've played musical instruments before, I've read music, but there's no way I could create music like that on any sort of good level that people would want to actually hear. My musical career consists of 1, singing in the shower, 2, singing in the car, 3, singing in church or in a choir, and 4, probably getting banned at singing while I was on a mission trip when I was in college, because people didn't like me singing in the morning as I was in the shower, because a bunch of college students who are trying to sleep, they don't want to be serenaded.
Yeah. And you're completely on point, man. Like, man, the music is so great. The topics and the musical styles all vary greatly, whether it's the opening musical number 3090 and the last musical number Louder Than Words having these really epic, rock operatic kind of feels to it, or whether you're going to the acoustic, the no instruments, the clapping behind boho days, or you're going to Therapy, which is this weird Bojangles kind of hip country kind of a song. The songs are just so wacky and weird and wild, but that's part of the film's personality. That's so great. And the lyrics touch on every single topic imaginable, from turning 30, midlife crises, to talking about, moving up in the world from rags to riches, to indecisiveness, to the tumultuousness of romantic relationships. There's so much. It's so clever. It's so creative. It's so unique. It's so genuine. And I think one of the reasons why it feels so genuine is because the songs are actually written by Larson himself. Obviously, he passed away, several years ago, but before he did, he wrote all of these songs for his own musical Tick, Tick, Boom. And Lin-Manuel Miranda, for the most part, keeps them in their true original form here. I know there's a tendency behind some filmmakers to kind of insert themselves into it. It's like, hey, let's put a little rap number here, or let's do something here. He left mostly everything intact, and that makes the film feel inexplicably Larson. And for a tribute to him, I thought that was a great creative call. Like, holy crow, the songs are amazing, and they all speak for themselves.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think if you would have replaced it with something else, you would have lost kind of almost the essence of his personality and who he was and what he was able to create through his just genius he showed through song and through just who he was. I mean, there's people that are gifted, mathematically. You and me have the ability to write and communicate really well. Some people can paint a wonderful painting, but his medium and his way to make the earth a little bit better of a place was through music. Yeah. And I know with me, with music, it's definitely a interesting effect that it has on people. It definitely brings people together. It's calming. It's fun. It can be exciting, and it also can be. It can also make a point if you're looking to advocate for something. And he was trying to advocate for, hey, I'm a person here. I have this great story to tell. Please listen to me. And I thought it was wonderful. It was just, I'm not a big musical guy. The Sound of Music scared me to death when I was a kid because of Nunn's theme. But, I wouldn't mind actually going to see Rent. I've never watched that. So this actually makes me want to dive in and watch what a full production of what he created. I would like to see that.
You absolutely should see Rent. I'm a little sad you haven't seen it yet, but I'm glad this movie's kind of initiated your interest in that. Speaking on Larson, we got to talk about Andrew Garfield, because holy crap, Andrew Garfield, man, that guy's another guy that's been having an amazing year. Whether it was The Eyes of Tammy Faye or Tick, Tick, Boom, or spoiler alert, Spider-Man No Way Home, dude's just been crushing it this year. And despite Spider-Man being such a bigger name and such a much more recognized franchise, I would go so far as to say that Tick, Tick, Boom is not just the best film and best performance he gave this year. I would be one to argue it's one of his best of all time. Like, it's either this or Hacksaw Ridge. They're both really neck and neck for me. But Jiminy, just everything in this movie, from his mannerisms to the way he carries himself to portraying Larson's, anxiety and just this really high-end, riding up the wall tension that if he doesn't hit peak greatness now, he's never going to. He illustrates that brilliantly. And one of the best sequences of this movie, I thought, was the sequence where he was therapy. He kind of covered, a musician facing writer's block. And I got to tell you, Andy, I don't think I've ever seen on film writer's block portrayed better than in this movie. because he's gasping like very deeply, like he's losing breath. You know, he's very unnerved. He's very anxious. It looks like he's at the edge of his rope. It's a great performance. And what amazes me is that this is Garfield's first musical, not his first musical in film, his first musical ever. He's never sung before. And he gives this amazing of a performance. Holy crap. I'm endlessly impressed by this because he has so many skills on display here. It's amazing. I think this is his first time doing it. And it's amazing to see it. He does an amazing job here.
Oh no, I totally agree. And you know what's going to be interesting is I like Andrew Garfield. I think he's a very versatile actor, and you know his follow up is going to be this new series that's coming out on Hulu called Under the Banner of Heaven, where he plays a detective, which I'm kind of excited about that. It's a mini series. I think that's going to be really good. But to me, you know, Andrew Garfield brought a lot of energy to this movie, which was definitely something that was well needed, and a very good fit for this character, who by all counts was a very energetic and very high energy focused type of person. Jonathan Larson seemed to be that type of person by all counts here. And looking at the photos they showed at the end of Jonathan Larson, and looking at Andrew Garfield side to side, man, it's a close second on how they look, and just, you know, it's wow, it was a really good casting choice in selecting him.
You know what's so funny? I don't know if you saw any videos of Jonathan Larson performing after watching Tick, Tick, Boom.
No, I didn't. No.
I have. And amazingly enough, Andrew Garfield's a better singer than Jonathan Larson is. Like, I've seen the same sequences where he plays 3090 and Jonathan Larson plays them. I'm listening to back to back. I'm like, holy crap. Andrew Garfield's a better singer. He's not a trained singer, and he's a better singer than the actual Jonathan Larson is. Like, how? So, yeah, we agree. He's amazing in the movie. The music is amazing. It's such a well done film. And not aside from the performances and the songs and the music and everything else in between that just makes this film work so well, the writing is very, very well done. Stephen Levinson, he previously wrote Dear Evan Hansen earlier this year, which I know a lot of people really didn't like that movie. But Tick, Tick, Boom was great, man. And he really sticks to the source material very well. And he really does pay tribute to Jonathan Larson in a beautiful and a mesmerizing and a personal way. You feel like this is a slice of his life. And that makes it feel just so much more intimate, so much more personal, and so much more heartbreaking in some scenes. Like, there was one sequence where Andrew Garfield is singing on this stage in the middle of a rain, playing a piano, and he's reflecting on his relationship with his childhood best friend. And you're intercutting this in between like snippets of home video footage of him and his friend playing these songs together while in elementary school and high school, etc. The sequence was so convincing and so heartbreaking and so shattering that I looked at the home video footage and I was like, is that real? Like, is that actual like home video footage of the real life Jonathan Larson with his friend? And it ended up not being. But the fact that I questioned it for a second there, the fact that it made me wonder what I was actually watching on screen, speaks to the authenticity of the film and just how masterful and how convincing it is. It's just, it immerses you so much into this character's tragedy and his struggle and his aspirations and his dreams. It latches you on so hard. And I can't really say that for a lot of movies. There's not as many movies that really latch you on to its main subject as much as Tick, Tick, Boom does. It's a very, very well done, hard-hitting, emotional, funny musical. It's such a special, unique little gem, man. It's so well done.
Oh, definitely. And there's a lot of themes in this film that a lot of people can relate to. Um, it's just talks about life and what people go through and the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent. And uh, there's a number of scenes that regarding relationships in that movie that I can with his girlfriend, and I can relate to some of that stuff. And I think everybody who has been in any sort of relationship can connect with that character on that. And he didn't seem phony or fake or uh, comedic. Not comedic, but it wasn't like he was putting on the Jonathan Larson outfit. You felt that he was that person and that he was real.
Yeah,
And it makes you wonder if Jonathan Larson didn't die at such a young age, what else he would have done.
that
That genius. They say the brightest person, the person that, how do you say it? The person that is gifted the most burns the brightest.
yeah.
And wow, that's definitely the case.
He burned like a supernova, man. That last song in the movie and that last note, not spoiling it for our viewers, but that last note of that last song in this movie had me in tears. I'm not even joking. I was a blubbering mess at the end of this movie. Oh, what a special little film. What a special little film.
So I think we've come to a point where we need to give a rating on this. So what for Tick Tick Boom? What do you give this?
Solid 9. If I'm being super specific, 9.5. It's such a wonderful film. It's bursting with personality, style, love, heart. I really can't think of the last time I've seen a musical that's made me feel the way Tick Tick Boom has. And for all of its achievements in this movie, I'm shocked it only has 2 Oscar nominations. I am floored at that. It should have gotten nominated for way more. It should have taken some nominations away from The Power of the Dog. Why is The Power of the Dog getting 12 nominations and this is getting like 2? Excuse you, Academy. Your priorities are very misplaced.
Well, their priorities have always been very displaced. Personally, I think the Academy of Film has always not been in touch with what is quality and what the public is saying, hey, this is what we value. There's always been that disconnect between box office returns and views and what essentially is good cinema in their opinion with what is good cinema in the public's opinion.
Yeah, there's no reason why Tick Tick Boom should not have gotten a Best Picture nomination over the likes of Power of the Dog, Don't Look Up, even Nightmare Alley. We've talked about Nightmare Alley last time. We love Nightmare Alley, but this blows those out of the water.
I mean, I've seen Don't Look Up, and it was okay. Not the greatest film. It wasn't horrible, but
let's give it a Best Picture nomination. It's okay.
It's like everybody gets a trophy nowadays. In the words of Christopher Titus here, great comedian. Everybody gets a trophy. You don't want everybody to be afraid. I'm sorry. There needs to be winners and losers, and this is definitely a film that I would call a winner.
Tick Tick Boom is very much a winner. And that, what do you give it?
Probably a 9.
Awesome.
This is a 9.
Love it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Now I'm gonna have to go watch Rent, so see how that goes.
Well, tell me what you think of it. I'm very, very curious to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, don't be surprised if I'm singing in the next review here.
Honestly, I've had to hold back from singing some of Tick Tick Boom songs.
I appreciate that.
They're singing happy.
Okay.
Singing.
Okay. No. Viewers don't want to see you sing, man. Even though it is your birthday today, no one wants to hear you sing. Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go.
Okay, we don't want to get sued by the
Yourself up
mouse
for
here.
that one, man. You set yourself up for that one.
That's true. That's true. Well, I'm gonna say, well, we're gonna wrap this up here.
And the review before this gets worse.
Yeah, before it gets even worse, and before we get sued for copyright infringement or something here. So if you want to tune in next week, we'll be back with another exciting review here on the Critic's Corner. Or if you want to make a comment or challenge a review or anything like that, please let us know. We'd love to sit down and talk with you about movies, which is something we both love to do. So that's going to do it for today. So we'll see you back here. And you guys have a great week, and we'll see you next at the cinema.
See y'all next time, everybody.